Afternoon, thanks for joining us. A paper mill in Green Bay is closing its doors after 122 years of operation. The Day Street location gave generations of Green Bay families jobs. In today's First Alert update, Emily Riley learned about the community legacy this plant leaves behind.
For over a century, the paper mill behind me has been in business and also become a part of Green Bay's history. Right now, Georgia Pacific employees are working their final shift at the Day Street paper mill plant. Looking back at the year 1901, the historic mill was just at its start. Through the decades and under several different names, the plant produced toilet paper, paper towels, napkins, and more. Chris Brennan from Georgia Pacific says the company announced last year it would gradually decrease operations over the following 18 months. Brennan says changing consumer demand and investments in other facilities led to the decision. The Day Street plant supplied both paper products and jobs for families in the community. And to many, it was much more than just a mill.
I mean, their grandfathers, their grandmothers, their mothers and fathers, they worked at Day Street.
There would be bowling leagues and baseball teams or softball teams and big company picnics. Most of the time they were held out at Bay Beach.
The company says they appreciate their employees and that many of them have joined other Georgia Pacific facilities in the area. In Green Bay, Emily Riley, Action 2 News.